The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Monroe, Louisiana, home to the ULM Warhawks. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Texas State Bobcats, taking on another team from the Sun Belt, the UL Monroe Warhawks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Bobcats will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Warhawks offense will have the football first. And David, they've got a guy outside that has a lot of potential, but he has to prove that he can be a go-to guy.
No, 100%. They are going to have to depend on him to make plays, to consistently catch the football, to make those one-on-one matchups, make the defense really pay when they choose to do that. I think he's the guy that can do that in spurts, Jesse.
Yeah, he doesn't terrify this defense. We know that, having talked to the defensive staff going into this game, but they have seen him flash before on film. They know he has the ability to make the wow play. For them to win this game, though, you get the sense he's going to have to make a few of those for this offense.
They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Gets the first himself. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Warhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Breaks the tackle. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down. The Warhawks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And the Warhawks have this offense rolling. They'll ride the hot hand. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
That defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Leaves it with the back. They'll make the stop, but he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Makes the catch. Jukes his way for more. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Warhawks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Texas State's offense will take the field for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the pass game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. He tries to take the top off. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense, a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
We've reached the end of the period, and it's Louisiana Monroe out front. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First down here to open the period. The give to the tailback. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Bobcats trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the wide receiver. Jackson will throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. The give to the back. Looking for the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas State.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on the running back to score that touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 7-3. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. The run from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
It's in, completed. He's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted.
No, and those are those where you're just looking at your hands, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Dang it, I should have caught that. Nice play, break on the football. That could have been a house call. That could have been a game changer, but just couldn't secure the interception.
A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Sends it back in motion. They'll toss it to the left. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Nice play offensively. You go with the toss to the left, and how about the blocking downfield by the wide receiver on that play? If you're going to run to the perimeter, you got to have guys doing work downfield for you, and they had it on that one.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's Burrell. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Stopped just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. And the Bobcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Jackson gonna throw it. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a 1st down at the 12. The Bobcats have taken it inside the 20. Give to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. operating in the red zone here on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to go up top, using his legs to buy some time. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. Between the uprights, it's good. Now up by 7 points here in the second. They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the first half, going for the onside kick. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Got his man downfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Rushes on him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He's got him in the flat. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And the Warhawks will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line.
He uncorks one deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Jackson will throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it. He got a foot down along that left sideline. You know what it takes to make a throw like that.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Under fire. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half. Here now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've had yourselves one great broadcast so far today there in Monroe. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And just like that, let's head back to our team inside Malone Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets fun.
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Jackson gonna throw it. Right on the money. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a first down.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get to third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on second down?
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Sparks. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Bobcats are in the hurry-up. Reads it, fires complete. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
To the air on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The Bobcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's the pressure. A little screen to the running back. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. And the Bobcats pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Bobcats! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over BYU. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Pulls and fires complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Green. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Warhawks come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They're going to go to the air on third and short. He'll pull it. Ball is loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And the Warhawks will line up to punt it away.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. First play of the drive comes from the 38. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. Oh, he's got a chance. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's the end of the quarter. Texas State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Motion from the back. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loaded.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And when it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And they'll blow it dead around the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Unloads to the right. He's got it. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The Warhawks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Really good coverage by this defense. That they were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but They saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here's a heat. The ball's free. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
That is how you step up for a defense right there. Force the turnover. Let's not make this thing get close, right? I got a 2-possession lead. I get the ball back with, close to 3 minutes remaining. I'm sitting in a great spot. Offense, go get me some first downs.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Jackson will throw. He lets one fly deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a first down. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Under fire. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Bobcats with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Burrell. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Trying play action. Fires to the big fella. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
And the Bobcats look to keep this drive humming. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Working that wide receiver screen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Bobcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. A designed run for the quarterback. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. floating away. On the move is the 30. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. And the Warhawks want to pick up the tempo. Got to save every precious second, and the spike stops the clock. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.